What do you do when your client stops paying you and stops answering the phone? They completely ghost you, guys. If you haven't had this happen to you, it will happen to you. Every business model has its challenges. This is one of them. When you get good at the sales process, and the sales process being what we talk about, what we teach, where you get leads in advance, you give them to the business owner, you let them test it out, you let them try it out. They go, sometimes they even make money. You get them on a screencast, you overcome all the objections, you show them the numbers. You can get dangerously good at closing deals, good enough that you almost have to be careful because you can close anyone for a month. You can close anyone for 3 months. But building big business in this industry, in this business model, is about finding the right clients that will stay with you and grow with you. And all of us have or will have the experience where we sign a deal, everything sounds great, we're excited, we got the money, we got the credit card, we're going to go make millions and millions of dollars, and we got a 6-month contract. Woo! We can go hire somebody. We can go get a VA. And a month in, 2 months in, 6 weeks in, the client stops paying. Their card declines. Uh-oh, there goes your $1,500. You call the client. Oh, no big deal. He's probably on vacation. She's probably on vacation. She's probably busy. He messages you, say they'll call you later. Next day, same thing. Next day, same thing. What do you do in this situation? You have a 6-month contract. What should you do? Guys, I've dealt with this more times than I care to admit, but it's the reality of what's going to happen. You have to remember, picking the right client is just as important as getting the leads. It's just as important as being good at the sales process, and it is an art. Finding those clients, looking for those red flags, looking for those things that tell you, hey, even though this person might agree they might pay me money today, tomorrow or next month or next week or 2 months from now, they're potentially going to ghost me. So first thing that you're going to do, guys, speaking from experience, the very, very, very first thing you're going to do is you are going to send them what I call a pullback text. You are going to let them know that you are not playing around, and that if you, and again, guys, these are your partners. So we're not bullying these people. We're not trying to body them. But at the same time, we're not going to get walked all over. And if they're not going to pay you, you are not going to give them leads. So what I like to do is, if I've tried to call you a couple times, your card is declined. And I'll give you, I get it, right? As long as you're communicating with me and you tell me, hey, I got an invoice coming in and it's kind of been weird. If you could work with me, I'm cool, man. As long as you're communicating. The second you stop answering the phone, second I stop hearing from you, I go into freaking aggression mode, right? So I work with people. If you tell me something's going on, maybe I'll give you a chance. Say, okay, great. I get it. It's business, whatever. But we need money by this day, okay? And I'm not giving you any more leads until I get money. Like that, I'm not going to keep giving you leads and you're not going to pay me, right? Period. I'm just not going to. So I'll give them a chance. Now, as soon as they stop answering, as soon as they stop communicating, before I do anything else, I send a pullback text and I say something to the effect of, Mr. Business Owner, Mrs. Business Owner, we have an agreement. I'm upholding my part. I've sent you X amount of leads. I'm doing what I said legally agreed to do. And you are not answering the phone, so I need to hear from you by the end of the evening, or I'm going to have to take further action, like something like that, right? That's it. And a lot of times this will solve the issue. Now, let's say this person still doesn't respond. At that exact moment, at 5 o'clock, whatever time I said, I then go in to my call tracking software. This is why it's so important to do this. And I quietly change the number that I forward the leads to either, if I got somebody that's answering the phones for me, or back to my phone or my company phone, whatever. I'm not giving them any more leads. I also go into the form, right? Your quote form on your website where people can request a quote. Make sure that they're not getting emails. Cut off all leads, okay? Period. Because we're not going to keep sending them leads and hope that they pay us, right? This is what I would immediately do. At this point, okay, this is just me. Now, some people are like, hey, I got a contract. I'm going to go legal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to let the business owner know that this isn't going away. I'm going to let the business owner know that I've got an agreement. I'm going to let the business owner know that I have a recorded call, which I do. I'm going to remind them we've got a signed contract. I'm going to send them the signed contract. I'm going to do all of that and let the business owner know. But at the same time, I'm already looking for somebody new. I'm already taking those leads that should have been going to Bill, and I'm sending them to Jack, and I'm starting the process over. Because guess what? At the end of the day, if I do decide to pursue legally that contract, that's fine. But you'll probably find out when you start doing the math, you start realizing this is a $6,000 or a $9,000 contract. By the time you pay for legal fees, by the time you do this, by the time you do that, it might not be worth it. Okay. And your energy and your time and your money is probably better spent going after a new client that's going to be very, very serious and hungry to grow. Because even if you get your money out of that client, they're not going to keep paying you, right? And chances are they might not have any money anyway. There might not be anything to squeeze out of them anyway. So what I do is I send the text. Communication stops, I send the text, okay? The pullback text. Say, hey, we got to do something by XYZ time or else, okay? Then I cut off leads and I'm already on to somebody else. Now, in certain situations where the business owner has really done me wrong, I've sent them a ton of leads, I've bent over backwards, and it's just out of principle, I'll go after them. I don't even care if I lose money. I really, really don't, because it's out of principle and I'm not just going to get walked all over. And there are situations when I will do that and I will feel very good about it because it's principle. I'm not just going to let you off the hook and let you just say that you're going to agree to this. Meanwhile, I turned away other people, other business opportunities with other companies locally. So there are situations that I do it, but it's not for the money. It's for the principle. Okay. And then guess what I do? I go after somebody else and I learn a lesson. What was this? What about that person did I feel weird about? What were the things that they were saying? Was it somebody that couldn't even afford that first month, that I had to do some kind of special deal and take a little bit of money today and then the rest of it tomorrow, and I had to split it up way too many times? What are some of these red flags? What are the lessons that I can learn, guys? And I make sure that on the next person, even if they're willing to pay me today, are they going to pay me tomorrow? Are they going to pay me next month? Are they going to close deals? Ultimately, at the end of the day, I've said this many, many times, if a business owner does not make money, they will cancel at some point. Period. End of story. I don't care if you send them 1,000 leads a month. If they don't close some of those leads, whether it's your fault, whether it's their fault, they will cancel because there is no ROI. Period. Okay. So guys, the real question is the question behind the question, which is, how do you know what a good business owner looks like? What are some of the telltale signs of a good business owner? What are some of the telltale signs of a bad business owner? This is a topic we're going to be covering in another video. These are the steps that I take when a business owner starts ghosting me, when a business owner stops paying me. And here's the most beautiful part as I end out this video. You own the asset. You have control. It's not like you have to go get a new person, a new SEO client that you have to convince to pay you for your time. You own the leads, you own the assets. Now all you got to do is you got to go find a new tenant. Consider it just like a landlord. You just evicted your tenant. They stopped paying. They left town. They owe you money, and you got to go find somebody else. It's part of doing business. It sucks, but you know what sucks worse is freaking pounding rocks for $1 a day.